Hello students, this is Mr.varaprasad, HOD CSC, DBSIT, KAVALI. Here we are discussing the subject Artificial Intelligence for 3rd CSC Computer Science students. We are in the 3rd unit. Now that is planning. Already we discussed 2 different types of units. In that one, different types of agents we are discussing. Problem solving agents and different types of agents are there, and then propositional logic, and then first order logic, etc. Here in this 3rd unit, already we discussed 2 topics, that is introduction. In that introduction, the planning problems are developed by using the language Stripes. The Stripes language is a very good language to express the planning problems. The Stripes can specify the dummy states like start and finish, and then set of actions are there. Every action is having preconditions and then effects. For every action, one precondition is there. Based on the precondition, the action will be taken and then the state is also changed. Now coming to the second topic, planning with the state space search. Now every problem is having its own space. Now that is called as the state space. Here the planning problems also are having the state space. In that space, the planning is performed either in the forward direction or backward direction without using any heuristics. But here the third one is heuristics are also applied for performing the planning problems. Now we discussed one example like air cargo. Now in that air cargo we are specifying the starting as well as initialization as well as goal as well as actions as well as preconditions and then effects. Now this is the second topic. This topic also we discussed in the class.
Now comes to the third topic in this unit, partial order planning. Now what is actually the previous one? In that previous topics, now those topics does not use the divide and conquer approach. The problem is not divided and then the problem is considered as a sequence problem in that one. Now the drawback of the sequence problem is every statement or every action is performed or executed. Here in planning problems, everyone is considered as a plan or a sub-plan. But coming to the partial order planning, in that partial order, we are dividing the problem into the sub-problems and then independently those sub-problems are calculated and then finally joined into the one type of solution. Here is the least commitment strategy. What is actually the least commitment strategy means? Here we are just delaying the plan or the action. Now how much time we are delaying the action means the least commitment strategy. Here we are showing one diagram which is actually shoe and socks problem. Okay, here is initially that is the goal is right shoe on and left shoe on, and we have to wear the 2 shoes, either left one as well as right shoe. Now first one, initially there is a initialization and here 4 actions are there. Now the first action is right shoe, the precondition is the right sock on. and the effect is right shoe on. Now comes to the action. Next, the second one is right sock. The effect is right sock on. Now comes to the next one is action. Left shoe. Precondition is the left sock on, and the effect is the left shoe on. Now comes to the last action is left sock. Now effect is the left sock on. Okay, in this one every action is performed. Now that is depends on the selection. Here finally, what is actually the partial order planning means? It specifies two actions into the plan without specifying the order. Now this is called the partial order planning. Here the example shows, here this is a partial order plan. In that one, start left sock and then left shoe. Now coming to the next another order is the right sock and then right shoe. Here we can perform any one, whether we selecting the left side as well as right side. Now coming to this one, these are the 6 different types of total order plans which are performed by using one partial order plan. Now here finally, each plan has 4 components. Those are actions, ordering constraints, causal links, and open preconditions. Here actions and ordering constraints are basically used for planning problems. Now comes to the causal links as well as the preconditions. Now these are especially used for the bookkeeping purpose, especially for the purpose of explaining them. Here we are performing the actions. Now in planning problems, the actions are also called as plans. Now what is actually the ordering constraints means? Now from A to B means after performing the A only we are going to the B. Here finally we are considering a consistent plan. What is actually the consistent plan is in which there are no cycles in the ordering constructs and no conflicts with the causal links. Now those plans are called as the consistent plans. A consistent plan with no open preconditions is a solution.
Now coming to the third topic, planning graphs. Now what is actually the problem with the total order planning and the partial order planning is now inaccuracies, and then the problem solution is obtained by using the different types of steps and different types of graphs and different types of sequences are also there. Now coming to the planning graphs. Now a planning graph is a data structure which we will get the solution directly. Here number of conditions are there. Those conditions are called as literals, and then for those conditions some specific number of actions are also there. Here some number of levels are there. Every level is having some preconditions as well as actions. Now, planning problems, in those planning problems some set of mutex links are also there. Those are also performed in the graph. Now in this one, initially different levels are there. Every level, and starting from the first level, every level is having preconditions, and then in the next level some set of actions, and then effects are also available. Now we will see the diagram.
Now it is an example for eating the cake. No, it is first initially have of cake, initialization, and then come to the what is actually the goal is have of cake and eaten the cake. Next one, two actions are there. The first one is eat of cake, action eat of cake. Here the preconditions are have of cake. Now the cake is available only, we can eat. Now what is actually the effect means after availing the cake, what is actually not of having the cake and eaten of cake. Now this is the effect of the preconditions. Now come to the last action is having the cake. What is actually the precondition is if you are not having the cake, and what is actually the effect means if the cake is not available, we can get the cake. Now that is the have of the cake. Now here we are showing the planning graph for the previous stripes language statements. Here these are the different levels of the planning graph. Here in that every level some set of literals are there and actions are there. Now in this one the problem is having different types of levels. Rectangles are indicated with the actions and straight lines are indicated the preconditions and effects. Here some mutex links are there. These are very important one. Now we will very important one for future algorithm. Now comes to the this one. In a planning graph, this task is performed with the set of persistence actions. For every positive and negative literal C, for example capital C, we add the problem a persistent action with the precondition C and the effect C. At last the algorithm is graph plan of problem returns the either solution or a failure. Now here the complete graph is specified, initial planning graph, and comes to the what is actually the goal. Here the loop contains mainly two steps. Loop do. If goals all non-mutex in the last level of graph, then do. Now then we can find the solution. Every level or one level is having all non-mutex links. Now that is the solution for a planning graph. Now solution, or otherwise if a solution is not failure, then return the solution, or otherwise no solution to the problem. In every level there are no or some mutex links are available. For those problems the solution is not available. Now this is the graph plan algorithm. Especially the graph plan algorithm is used to find the accurate planning problems, and it is especially used for hard planning problems also. Now coming to the last topic in this planning problems. Now acting in the real world, planning and acting in the real world. Now here what is actually up to now we are considering, we are getting the full data from the situation. Sometimes we are unavailable the full data. In that cases or some worldwide problems, the planning is somewhat complicated. In those situations we are considering the time, some schedules and the resources, some set of things are also we are considering, and then these are all from the deterministic case. In
undeterministic cases are also available. In that one, we are getting the data partially or uncertain data also. Now, one of the examples we discussed or Rajesh sir discussed in the DA specifies the dynamic programming. Job shop scheduling is there. In that one, we are considering the time and we are scheduling the jobs according to some resources. Here it is also considered, and then planning the job shop scheduling also we are using this type of algorithms.
Now here comes to the hierarchical task network planning. In that one, we are taking the guidance from the domain expert, and then we go for the planning. Stop. Now it provides a feasible solution for very large plans required by many real world applications. Now coming to the planning and acting in the non-deterministic domain, sir. In that one, we are planning based on sensor-less planning, conditional planning, execution, monitoring and replacement, and finally continuous planning. Now coming to the sensorless planning, now it can be used to construct a plan that works without the need for the perception. Both sensorless and conditional plans can be constructed by search in the space of belief states. Comes to the execution, monitoring and replanning. In this one, it directs the it detects the violations of the preconditions for successful completion of the plan. Here, replanning agent uses execution monitoring and splices in repairs as needed. Now finally comes to the continuous planning. Continuous planning agent creates new goals as it goes and reacts in the real time.
So with this video, we completed the third unit in artificial intelligence, that is the planning. In that planning, initially we started with the planning in the state space search, and then we go for the partial order planning, and then graph problems, and then acting in the real world. Now that's all. Now stay home and stay safe. Thank you.